Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we've got Segaby playing the Tier 5 Royal Navy premium battleship Agincourt. He's divisioned with Hypastrian playing the Hawkins. As soon as we get in here, I will address an issue that was introduced with update 0.10.5 where these will not stay checked for replays. I'll get that out of the way right away. That provides a lot more information, which I want everybody to be able to see. So, the Agincourt, if you are unfamiliar, well, Wargaming kind of bills it as a close-in kind of secondary battleship. The accuracy is not, well, there aren't too many Tier 5 battleships where the accuracy is good. And this certainly isn't the exception to that. But it does have some secondaries. The secondaries are, the range is not good. You can make use of them in this tier, but even that is challenging. The secondary base range is 5.5 kilometers. That's the, if you're looking at the mini-map, that's the kind of dotted red line that's around his ship. That's the secondary range. Primary range is the solid red circle. Matchmaking, well, matchmaking's not bad. You can see the enemy team has a failed division. They've got a Clemson division with the Charleston, if you're not aware. If you are divisioned with someone and you have different tiered ships, matchmaking only considers the higher tier ship in the division for matchmaking. And that's dragged the Charleston into this match. Now it looks like Segaby is going to be making for Charlie Cap. Friendlies have a Clemson and a T-22 headed for Alpha. They've got a Bisbee and a Kamikaze R already in Bravo. Their Minikaze is in C, but he's going to eat a torpedo there. Montecuccoli is showing a lot of broadside. This is probably going to hurt. Yeah, that definitely hurt. And he's just going to continue to sell broadside. If Segaby doesn't get him, Hypastrian probably will. And that's the dispersion of the guns. I mean, you're at 10 kilometers, and the dispersion is broad, and the Sigma is not good either. So you get shells kind of landing all over the place. Now this is roughly 9 kilometers. The bad guys managed to secure the Alpha cap on the back of their Clemson and then Mutsuki. Friendly Minikaze goes down to the Bisbee Torps, and Hypastrian finishes off the Montecuccoli. Segaby looks like he intends to push through the Charlie camp. There's Svetlana, dead ahead. Now, if you're playing at odd hours, you will occasionally find bots on your team. And by odd hours, I just mean not peak times for the number of players on the server. You can see in the chat there that Minikaze was a little disappointed that no one pushed in with him, but that kind of thing happens. Got an enemy Mutsuki that's pushed up the 8 line, squaring off with the Kolberg at basically point blank range. And this is really going to hurt the Svetlana. Or not. Yeah, that it really did hurt. Yeah, 3 Citadels. Now, Svetlana has torpedoes, but they have a very short range. So I guess we might see them, but they're... Now, these have got to be from the Bisbee. Yeah, these are from the Bisbee. No flooding. That's nice. Now, a little bit more about the Agincourt. It's got 305s, 7 turrets, 2 guns per turret. The reload time is an abysmal 36 seconds. 45 seconds to turn the turrets 180 degrees, and you can see that they're not all 360 degree turrets, so it can take a while to get your guns turned around. The dispersion at max range, 213 meters. And you can see that max range is only 15 kilometers. Yeah, there's that dispersion at work. Maximum damage from an HE shell on this ship, 4,400. Maximum damage from an AP shell, 8,100. But the penetration in a 305 is not going to be all that great. Now you can see the secondaries are going. You've got basically 6 secondaries, which, again, wargaming, they try to make a big deal out of it, but it's really not. Excuse me, not 6 secondaries, 10 secondaries. More torpedoes from the Visby. Matsuki goes down, thanks to Hypastrian. So 10 secondaries, they're 76s. Reload on those is 2.7 seconds. This Cavour is in big trouble. Hypastrian's going to just stay angled to him. Hypastrian is, he's really burning. 3 fires, but so is Cavour. So Cavour is not going to last. Hawkins has the torps, as you can see, and that's it for the Cavour. Segaby opts to repair and put the fires out. Still got Visby to contend with. This is probably going to go badly for Segaby. He's got Visby on the side, and he's angling to the Kaiser to get his guns around. He's really showing quite a bit of side. And Visby's torps reload fairly quickly. Faster than this ship can really maneuver. Well, looks like Segaby's going to be able to outrun these, which is probably going to take him out of the cap circle. Hypastrian goes down to the Kaiser.
Requesting support. Concentrate fire on the designated.
Trying to hit that Visby with these Agincourt guns. Very tough. But the team is doing well. So, taking a look at the big picture, the good guys did secure Bravo. They secured Alpha, but it is currently being contested by the Kirov. De Ruyter is now in Charlie. He might be able to secure that. Nice shot. Segaby picks up the high caliber. And we have to hope that the Kaiser will put guns on Segaby here. The T-22 takes out the enemy Kirov, which helps maintain the good guy's grip on the Alpha cap. Segaby kind of forced to show considerable broadside here to the Kaiser. That might hurt. Yeah, nice shot. But with the Visby out front, yeah, he's going to eat 2 here. That's going to be it for him. There's no way he's going to survive this. Well, you know, I guess this replay does highlight what the secondaries can do. I mean, you see he started 5 fires on 111 secondary hits. And I would be interested to see, just reading the comments there, I would be interested to see the breakdown of how much of this damage was from the secondaries and the fires started by the secondaries. Kaiser's about to burn down here. Good guys still have 5 ships, bad guys have 4, but about to be down to 3. But they've got all 3 of their the remaining destroyers. Kaiser's got his heel going. Now the Deroiter's, where he's positioned is actually great because he's angled where he could avoid a torpedo strike, and the Visby has to be really careful that he doesn't put torpedoes on his own Kaiser trying to get the Deroiter. Ooh, that really hurt. Deroiter's showing a little too much side to that Kaiser at such close range. And Deroiter is sunk. At that range, might have been smarter for Deroiter to be using some AP, but he did get him on burning, and the Kaiser goes down. So it's now 4 ships to 3. 3 destroyers on the enemy team, but the good guys do have their CV. So they will presumably be able to spot those DDs. You can see the enemy Langley still has a few planes, literally 3 aircraft in here. But they're basically just circling. They're not going to be worth anything. Dante Alighieri is at Alpha, and if I had to guess, probably being threatened by one or, well, I guess it would just be what was over there. Mitsuki Kamikaze might also be over there. So, getting back to Agincourt, I'll just read a little bit of what the WOW's wiki says about the ship. The T5 battleship Agincourt is a battleship with a high risk reward. This battleship's hard to play at range, with her main battery quite drastically falling behind most other same-tier battleships. She performs better in brawls or even jousts where the glaring inaccuracy of her main guns is not as visible and where her powerful secondary battery can help pump out more damage. The challenge lies in having the situational awareness of knowing when to push into a brawl, otherwise the ship's hit points will disappear in a puff of smoke or, more likely, a huge explosion. So, kind of along the lines of what I was saying earlier, it was billed as kind of more of a secondary battleship, something you would get in close. But even at these low tiers, it's you're either going to eat a face full of torpedoes or get HE spammed or both until you're sunk. And it doesn't really matter at this point. It doesn't really matter what tier you're playing. If you're playing a ship that is built to get close, that's kind of what you're up against. The Dante Alighieri takes out the enemy Mitsuki. And this game won't be much longer till this is all sewn up. Now, if I were one of the red DDs, I would probably be looking for a way to get torpedoes on the Dante Alighieri. But it looks like that's not the case. We got one in Bravo now. So I'm just going to let this wind down. If you don't have the Agincourt, but you like that style of play, yeah, maybe pick it up. It's good for a few laughs. It is kind of, as you saw, fun to push in and really mix it up. And the secondaries obviously did some work, although we don't know exactly how much damage. And getting that close allowed Segaby to pick up 4 citadels and significant damage. Segaby, good game. Thanks a lot for sending it in. I appreciate it. Those of you watching here with me, thank you very much. Hope you'll consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.